Good morning to you on Good Friday. I'm taking a brief pause from 1 Corinthians and just looking at 2 or 3 verses out of Isaiah 53. It's a strange thing, isn't it, that every day of our lives we are aware and conscious of the fact that Jesus died for us, that he took our place, that he took on himself the punishment for our sins. And with his stripes we were healed. We know those thoughts and every day we think about it. Just as every Sunday, if not every day, we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. It's why the church changed the day of celebration from the Saturday to the Sunday, because they wanted their worship to take place on the day that celebrated his rising from the dead. But today is the day of all days, where that thing that is in our minds every day of our lives, the fact of what Jesus has done for us, becomes the concentrated focus of our thinking today. And rightly so. There are some people who say Good Friday is just the same as any other day of the year. Well, it is. In lots of ways it is. I'm no more saved today than I was yesterday. But today is a day for quiet, reverent gazing at the cross, in all its horror, in all its desperation, all its ugliness, and pain and suffering. To gaze in adoration and wonder, as much, if not more, adoration and wonder than the baby gets in the crib at Christmas, when we gaze at the wonder, the amazing thing that God has done in Jesus, becoming human. What an amazing thing. And we gaze in wonder at Christmas, at the baby in the crib, and sit in awe and amazement at what God's plan involved and how it unfolded. But today is the day when we pause in awe and wonder at what Jesus did in full obedience of the Father. Something that Paul reveals to us was planned before the foundation of the world. And it's evident from the Gospels that Jesus was regularly, after a certain period in his ministry, regularly preparing his disciples for what he knew was coming. It's one thing to face something when it comes and you fear something might happen, but when you know it's going to happen, to actually move on into it and not flinch and not avoid it. Such an awesome story of the last week of the life of Jesus. And the verses, they are beautiful. If you haven't read Isaiah 53 for a while, perhaps you could read that today, or maybe read the gospel narrative of the arrest and trial and crucifixion of the Lord. All 4 Gospels contain the narrative of it. They all have slightly different details included. But just pause today out of reverence for what God has done for us. Isaiah 53 verse 4. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that made us whole, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. It's so well known and so familiar, and yet so amazing. So amazing. We stand in our imagination at the foot of the cross, We think back over the amazing things Jesus did in his lifetime for so many people. He fed 5,000. He fed 4,000. He healed lepers, blind men, lame men, dumb men, demon-possessed children, raised people from the dead. He walked around doing good, moved with compassion by the people that he met. He welcomed everyone. He reached out to people. He was never too tired. He commanded the storm, and it obeyed him. He walked on the water. He was transfigured on the mountain. He spoke with authority like no one else had ever spoken. He was the most amazing person. And so many people knew so much about him. So many people had seen miracles, had been there. I mean, were they the same people? Possibly, probably. But if so, twice they were fed miraculously by Jesus, far from the shops. And yet, they turned. They turned against him. He rode into Jerusalem on a donkey, and people acclaimed him. He took authority in the temple, threw out the money changers. But when they arrested him, he did not resist in any way. He did not get out of what was coming. He submitted like the lamb so that the sheep who'd gone astray could be saved. Spend today thinking about what Jesus did for us. Read Isaiah 53 if you will, and other passages. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a really blessed day. Today truly is Good Friday. It's the goodest Friday this world has ever known. God bless. God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.